Hello everyone, this is Indy back with another match for Roze and Indy's Beginner Brawl, round of 16, Wonderful versus StalowyRycerz. It looks like we might be getting rolls a little early here. Let me take a look. So as both players start to get ready, we have seed 10 here versus seed 45, Black Jesus and StalowyRycerz. And it looks like they just did rolls, so Wonderful, aka Black Jesus, did win the roll. He's going to choose to ban second and pick first. So this is going to be first ban for Stalowy. Stalowy is going to ban the double time 2, the speedier double time pick. Wonderful is going to ban the no mod 1, the consistency specific. And now it is too Wonderful for his first pick here. He is quite good at the hiddens, so wouldn't be surprised to see him start off there. Looks like we're just getting some things figured out here. Unfortunately, both players this tournament have had not as much playing experience. I think they've both had a few of their opponents no-show or FF. And Wonderful is going to start off with the Hard Rock 1. Interesting. And here we go. No player opting for the hidden preference mod. Let's see how this goes. Early miss from Stealth. Looks like it was a few misses kind of within the short time span. This is a longer map, though they do find another miss, and that's going to open up Wonderful with a decent lead here. Gonna build even more with that additional miss by Stalowy. Unfortunately, Stalowy just not really being able to quite hold on the combo yet. There is still a lot of time left in this map, so it's not over yet. Meanwhile, Wonderful is still holding on, and that's going to be critical here to already build a huge lead in the first fourth of this map. Very strong first pick for Wonderful. Finally misses, but that's not going to really matter unless Stalowy can find something to just start holding on here. Unfortunately, it's not looking like a good mon for Stalowy, and I don't think they're gonna pick any hard rocks here, so might already be thinking about what their next pick is going to be here. This map is essentially over unless Wonderful just disconnects and Stalowy is able to make up that difference in the rest of the map. I could consider like a no mod pick here, like a no mod 2, no mod 4, something just maybe something you're more comfortable with. If you did practice the map, the Hidden 2 is also not very mechanically difficult. It's basically just a salad, so that could be a good pick as long as they're capable of the Hidden mod. Meanwhile, this is just going to be a very lopsided first pick for Wonderful, starting off strong. And now the ball is in Stalowy's court. Where does he go from here? I do imagine it's going to be one of the no mods though. And we do see the Hidden 2 from Stalowy. I was talking about earlier in Hard Rock 1, this is a salad difficulty map, so there's no hyper dashes, it's barely just normal jumps and dashes. So it's mechanically one of the easier maps, just with that low AR and Hidden, it's reading intensive, so not a bad pick for Stalowy here. And here we go. Early miss from Wonderful, that's going to open up Stalowy with the lead here. Stalowy does find a miss, but it's going to be very close for now. I think it's going to go back over to Wonderful because of their combo advantage right now. But as I say that, he misses, and this is going to be pretty even for now. Now we're going to go into this big jump section. Both players managing to hit it, and here we go into the first first course, I should say. Stalowy does miss, and Wonderful is holding on. It's going to build a small lead, especially with that additional miss from Stalowy. Wonderful finally goes down, but Stalowy also missed there, so it's going to solidify that lead at 40,000 for now. This is not a very long map. We're about to get into one of these other big jump sections as well. Oh, unfortunately, Stalowy just not quite hitting that, and Wonderful is holding on, and now he's going to build that lead. Another Mr. Stalowy, and Wonderful is starting to put this map out of reach. Was looking shaky early on, but has finally stabilized. Does find a miss, but it's a little too late, and this is going to be another pretty solid win for Wonderful. That being said, that was not a bad performance from StalowyRycerz on this map. Just Wonderful proving to be able to hold on for quite longer. Now for Wonderful, if he really wants to go for something that should be probably assured, could maybe see like Hard Rock 3 or Hard Rock 2. Stalowy probably not finding the higher AR as comfortable to read. I will see where he goes from here. He does go for the double time one, the double time specific consistency. So one of the trickiest parts of double time for new players is just being able to adjust from the different speeds of your catcher as you switch from the normal movement of Nomad Hard Rock Hidden to double time. And here we go. Here we go indeed. This map is not very high BPM. It's really more so just about how you can control your platter and trying to catch these movements. I missed from Stalowy, but very early. Fortunately, just hanging on to that slider a little too long and is going to find another break. Wonderful still holding on. A few more misses from Stalowy here, and that lead is starting to get pretty substantial here. Wonderful finally breaks, and that's going to stop the bleeding, but we're going to have to see Stalowy holding on, and probably for the rest of the map if they want to take back this lead. Wonderful is finding a few misses here, so there is an opportunity, but that's another trait from Stalowy. So about a third of the map left, and even though Wonderful has found a few misses, they're just looking overall a lot more comfortable and consistent with the double time movement. Does find a miss at the break, but it's still about 150,000 score lead here. Misses from both players, and I think it's safe to say this will go to Wonderful, getting the third point of the match. And now for Stalowy, the question here is where do they go next? So even though they did lose a hit to by a decent margin, they still look pretty comfortable on it. So might see it hidden. They are going to go for the Nomad 2, the Nomad 2 specific. Nomad specifics are usually a map that most players can play at this stage, so not a bad choice. Here we go into the Nomad 2. Hopefully it's for Stalowy a moment to map to start, get a point on the board, and maybe get some of that confidence. Both players hitting those back and forths. And that's one of those patterns that sometimes can catch people off guard. Fortunately, Stalowy just under hitting that movement and finding another break. It's early on, so nothing substantial yet, but it's going to want to start holding. Just finding a few more misses. Wonderful does drop, so it's not going to be a huge lead here yet, but going to want to see StalowyRycerz to trying to find some consistency here. Finding a few misses here and there. Wonderful is recovering quite well and is approaching that max combo. Does find a break here. Both players finding a few misses here and there, though right now what's making the difference for Wonderful is just that combo that they were able to hold on earlier in the map. There is still time here. Unfortunately, Stalowy not really able to keep up with those triples and back and forths. Finding a break here, but overall it's just still showing a higher level of comfort and ability to play this sort of map. And this is going to be another break point for Wonderful, and this is going to be his chance to pick something to bring it to match point. For Stalowy, hoping that they can maybe win this next pick here. It's going to be the Nomad 4, the Tech Convert. So hoping they can get a point on the board and try to keep this from getting too out of hand. So obviously the stream star rating is incorrect because of laser. It's about 2.9 stars with the Convert. It is AR 8.8, so the highest AR of the Nomads. And with this map especially, there's a lot of emphasis on these stream patterns, which kind of require a little bit of control and figuring out how to place your platter or catcher in a good position to catch them without, trying to wiggle and maybe not having as good control with that. Early miss from Wonderful. Stalowy does trade it, but overall it's pretty even going to the beginning here. Stalowy finds another break or two. Another break from him, and it's going to start to build a small lead here for Wonderful. Wonderful does find a few misses, so StalowyRycerz is going to have this opportunity, especially with another miss, to get back a lead. does miss there, but it's such a small combo advantage for Wonderful that it's going to keep this map very within reach. Unfortunately, Stalowy just struggling to catch these stream patterns that require some dashes and whatnot. And Wonderful has been able to hold through, so that's going to start to build a significant lead here. All players finding misses, but Stalowy has to pretty much hold on for the rest of the map here. And unfortunately with that miss, I think it might be it for this map. Wonderful, able to hold on a little bit through this last part of the map, which is a bit easier than, it's not as intense. And it is going to be looking like a match point for Wonderful here. Now Stalowy really has to make a decision here what they want to try to pick to maybe bring this to a point on the board for their side. I am very sorry, people, ladies and gentlemen, for not having the scoreboard. It is 5-0. It is going to be a quick hidden 5 or hidden 3 pick here, not hidden 5. We're not there. The hidden convert. It is going to be similar in AR to the last map. A 8.7 instead of 8.8, and we do see some early misses. Wonderful doing a little bit better in the first few seconds here. Both players starting to stabilize though. As I say that, Stalowy does find the drop for Wonderful, but Stalowy, I think, trading, well, having a small combo advantage, so this is still very within reach, and just hoping here that they can hold on and get their first point on the board. They do drop, so it is Wonderful, so it's not going to turn that lead into anything substantial. Less than 40,000 is still very within reach. Another trade, it's doable here for Stalowy. They just need to hold on. Unfortunately, just under dashing that, and gonna see a miss from Wonderful soon. And there it is. So there's still an opportunity, but Stalowy is not able to afford any more mistakes here. We are going to need to see misses from Wonderful soon, and I think unfortunately that miss is going to seal it. It is going to be Wonderful, Black Jesus, taking this match. Thank you for Stalowy for playing this tournament. It is going to be the end of their run in this tournament. Meanwhile, Wonderful will be continuing their run in the losers bracket. Thank you for everyone for joining in. We do have only one more match, but before that match, we have the map will showcase for quarterfinals at 4 UTC Monday, so about 6.5 hours. So I hope you stick around for that. And After that, there is one more round of 16 match at 7 UTC, but for the most part, we're pretty much done with round of 16 matches, so thank you for everyone who has played so far, and if you're out of the tournament, thank you for playing, and looking forward to next time.